in brightest day, in blackest night, no evil shall escape my sight. Let those who worship evil's might beware my power, Green Lantern's light. So, here's where we start things off, right? So this is where things are getting interesting, right? So we're starting to get very interesting in this storyline right here, because now I just watched the movie Green Lantern Beware My Power, which is a John Stewart story. I've been getting into a lot of these DC animated movies lately, revisiting DC and kind of trying to learn more about the comics, more about different storylines and characters, and I've been very interested lately. And so this storyline really got me hyped, because I got to see these really great things that have been happening, and I'm so excited to share to you my discovery of this movie. So I recently reviewed Justice League War World, which is the latest DC animated movie. If you want to see my review on that, click right over on my channel. You can find it. It should be one of the newer videos. I'll also be making a playlist for all my reviews, so you can find all my reviews in one place. That's something I'm working on for you guys. But yeah, back to the review. So this episode, in this review, we get to know the John Stewart Green Lantern. So here we see, we learn Hal Jordan has died, and we first meet John Stewart as someone who survived as a soldier in the war. Well, Hal Jordan was somebody who served in the Air Force. It seemed like John Stewart was an actual soldier, and so he's retired from this. You get to see him deal with his life. You get to see him as a soldier. He's kind of got like bad Vietnam flashbacks, basically, or Afghanistan flashbacks. And so after you know he's a hero and he saved everything, there's these thugs picking on a student, and it doesn't go good. So they're picking on a hobo who's having a drink. And so John Stewart shows up, starts kicking some ass, throwing some round kicks, throwing some punches, throwing some hooks, you know how it is. And as a martial arts fan, this did make me happy. I was excited to see this. I love John Stewart. I love the story we're getting here. So then he comes, the cops kind of basically realize his record, and they're like, oh yeah, let him go. Just try to stay out of trouble, usual stuff they tell people, especially war veterans. So this was interesting. And then we move forward, and we're seeing the ring has come to John Stewart, and it was meant to be Hal's ring, and Hal is gone now. So the ring passes from the Guardians. It's delivered to him. At first he gets on. He wants to get it off. He wants, help me get it off, right? He doesn't want it. But then, as the movie progresses, it grows on him. We get to see several other DC characters in this movie. We get to see HAwk Girl. We get to see we get to see both HAwk Girl, Green Arrow, Martian Manhunter, and it's great. It's great to see other DC characters here. Green Arrow gets more of a supporting role, more of a leadership role. It's great to see this happen. I'm a big fan of how they treated Green Arrow here. I think it was very well respected. Seeing Green Arrow's connection to Hal, learning Hal is dead, goes on a mystery to kind of find him, figure out what's going on. You see John's trying to learn the ways of the Lantern, but we're still concerned about Hal. And so then we go to check out the Guardians. We meet HAwk Girl, all these interesting adventures. They even have Adam Strange in this movie. Adam Strange is a cool, deep-cut DC character that appears. That's really cool that they include him in this movie. And so they all kind of try to prevent this war between happening. And by the time we get near the climax of the movie, we learn that Hal Jordan is in fact alive and is working with Sinestro. And the twist of the movie is he's the real villain. He was basically given a parasite from Parallax, and now he's become this evil Yellow Lantern god-like figure. And unfortunately, John Stewart takes him on in Lantern hand-to-hand combat, and it doesn't go so well. So then Ollie, our boy, Mr. Hal Jordan, you have filled this multiverse. He has to put an arrow in him. And he puts an arrow in him, and he puts down Hal Jordan, and we end this iconic storyline. This is an incredible DC animated movie. It has great emotions. The fact that Green Arrow feels so much sympathy and is so heartbroken from having to kill his best friend, it tore him apart. And that's something that Marvel lacks right now. DC knows how to tell compelling and interesting stories, and you care about these characters as much as we care about them. And I think that's just absolutely fantastic. I love this DC animated movie. I love the path it starts for John Stewart. It makes John Stewart probably my favorite Green Lantern. Please, Mr. Gunn, give us John Stewart in the new DC universe. I want to see him, man. I think he's a great Green Lantern. I love how he's hesitant of the ring. It just leads to a compelling story. And overall, I really like this DC animated movie. I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10. If you guys have seen Beware My Power, make sure you hit the like, share, and subscribe button. And now, before we sign off, say it with me. In brightest day, in blackest night, let those who worship evil's might beware my power, Green Lantern's light. Thanks, guys. Have a great day.